I can hear. Sound's working. Excellent. Sometimes I don't get sound. Hello! Hello, Instagram. Hello to streaming world out there. We're going to wait one quick second for YouTube to catch up. I'm still learning about this whole streaming thing. I mean, there's so much that you need to know and have. So, I mean, there are ups and downs, but we're getting through it, and I love it. But I'm starting a little bit early today, 10 minutes early today. I actually woke up and I was really inspired to paint a mural in my backyard. So I was out there preparing to do that, and then my alarm went off. You got to do puddle painting. So I said, well, what a great time to shift gears and just throw all of my emotions right here into puddle painting. So that's why today's theme is let's get emotional. Let's get emotional with our painting today. Today is going to be, man, let's just let it all out. Let it just the way you're feeling right now. Let's just really try to pick a color and throw it on the painting and just make things happen. So before we get that into painting those paintings today, I wanted to show you a couple of the rainbow paintings that we had last week. So let me get this up here for you. So we got this wonderful, pretty cool little stream painting that we just took a rope and drug it through. I had a good time. That was a new adventure that we discovered together, and it was just lines of the color. It was a perfect rainbow, and then we just slid a rope through it. Got some pretty cool drags. This rope, to be exact. There we go. And then this one was just a straight rainbow pour, out of the cup, and with a pretty successful expand, I'd say, because I got it from corner to corner. So here's the look at that. You can see that it's got some texture to it. We had some paintings underneath, and this one especially has some crazy texture to it because this red and this hot pink and these yellows, these are all tempera paints, which are different than acrylic. So you can see that the differences in the types of paints that I use actually create these texturized surfaces here. It's pretty neat. So that's what happens when you mix paints. So here's two that I did, and I have not been focused on this, so I haven't painted over any of my canvases with varnish. But this is another one that I'm going to do with varnish. It's also got some crazy texture, again, with the disparities in the paint. But this one was our tray pourer. And if you want to know how this one was made, have a look last week. It's actually pretty trippy and fun. And so I put a rainbow in a tray, and then I dripped it. And it gave us some really cool, just organic mixing of the paints and the drips I love too. And here's another one that I did after. This one I actually made for jump rope. You can see how the color is definitely muted on top of the black there, which is wonderful. But the zebra lines came from that technique of taking your pan and dripping it, and so it actually drips sideways. So you get these really nice zebra lines. But those are the ones that I wanted to show you from last week. Now let's get started with this week. So, I lost the light. Can you even notice? Yes. Alright, so here is an old painting that I did from the very beginning. It is actually one I used a lot of glue in, and it is sticky, and it was stored up with saran wrap around it so it wouldn't stick to everything, because you could see here it actually stuck to a canvas that was behind it, these parts here. And so we're going to paint over this, and I want us to get emotional with what we're doing today. Now, what does that mean? What does that look like? What does emotional painting look like? Well, let me actually think about that. So for me, what it looks like is taking a deep breath and knowing that whatever I do to the canvas is going to be, not even thinking about it or worrying about it. There's no worry. When you're using your emotions, you're connecting to exactly how you're feeling now, which has nothing to do with this painting. So you don't need to have or focus on any fears of, am I going to do a good job on this painting? Because that is not the goal. The goal is to put your hands out, put your hands creating something as your brain is up here feeling all these emotions. So we gotta stop our inhibitions. That's a huge one. It's different for everyone, but the inhibition definitely for me has come from just repeatedly doing it over and over and messing up and messing up and messing up and doing it and doing it and doing it and messing up and messing up. And I'm telling you, the mess ups are the best things that you could ever do for yourself, because it will motivate you to keep going and to dig a little different, dig a little deeper, and do it a little differently. So, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Well, this is where the awareness comes into play. So how do I feel right now? I'm going to pick my colors based on my emotions. So I've been going through a lot. Triggered by family issues, hence Father's Day, and I'm processing it very openly. I've been feeling it, and so I've been writing a lot. And so what does that color feel to me like? I just feel like I've had these emotions and I'm pushing them out and I'm pushing them out. I'm trying to get them out. What color does that feel like to me? And I'm really thinking about green, and I'm thinking about green because Wicked Witch is what comes to mind. Wicked Witch, because that is the type of anger that is flowing through me. So if I can build off of that emotion, that Wicked Witch, that color green, so that signifies the anger. What else is there? Where there's the calm and collected that I want to find, the calm and the peace. That makes me think of a little bit of, maybe a little bit of a lighter blue. I like this teal color. Obviously, if you've watched other classes with me, you know I'm totally into teal. So teal and maybe even light blue. I'm definitely just feeling an ocean scene, or a sunrise of some sort of lightness that's coming in. So I've picked pretty much, I don't know if y'all can see it here. Let me see. So I've picked these colors here that are, it's a light shimmer blue, and then a lighter blue still, and then a dark teal and a little bit lighter teal, different type of teal. It's a tempera paint. And then two types of green, a light green and a dark green. So that's kind of how I feel. And that is what, so it instantly jumped to green, which meant the Wicked Witch with her green skin. So that's where I went. And then I was inspired to do something calming, because that's where I want to go. I want to find release, and so I'm thinking of a nice ocean or a lake or something very calm. What colors are those? Teal and blue for me. Alright, so let me think. Is there anything else that I want to put into this? Do I want to go crazy? Do I want to just pick a color that doesn't even matter? This black is actually shouting at me. It was sitting there, not having to do with anything. So I'm going to, it's actually empty though, so I'm going to put a black in there. Alright, I'm going to stop with those. And now I am going to, and I believe I've given them all a shake. I'm going to begin. So I have these colors. I have green for Wicked Witch, because, you know, when I'm emotional, I definitely feel like it's a Green Hulk monster situation inside, and I'm really trying to just shed it and get rid of it and, you know, live my life. So this is a good way to represent it. And I got these two teals and these two blues that will help me be calm, that will become the calm. So this is where we're starting, is these colors here. Not a bad color combo, and I wish I'd done more studying with color theory and actually like interior design and how colors affect, I guess, people's emotion and everything. I should probably look into that because it interests me so. But I would say that would be a good palette for some sort of a beach house. And then let's not forget destructive black. That's kind of a cool little abstract. We already got some cool stuff going. I kind of want to try more of that. So why don't I place those colors on again? And I did that angry first, calm, tranquil blue next. And so that'll be my pattern, and then move it around. And so I'm creating a process on the fly with my emotions. So I put the first, you saw me do the first one. Now I'm going to do the second one. And we're going to just use that as our technique today. And so this is kind of using our cascade technique, which is pour a little on there and move it around, which is a really fun technique to do because it really, it puts all the paint together. I mean, we got this cool little tree happening here. Alright, step 2, crazy black. So now they're all together. Alright, let's try it again. So it was always green. And then calm. And so I'm really, my goal here is to move on the fly. This is what I want. This is what I mean about being emotional. I just want you to improvise and move through the art using your emotions to prompt you to do stuff, because when you do that, you can rely and repeat and improvise and keep moving forward pretty fast, and the result that you get from moving fast is something completely different than it would take from you to put a whole lot of time into it. So keep that in mind. But how much time do you really want to spend doing all sorts of paintings? Sometimes you want to just, I want to complete something quickly. I don't want to leave a project finished because that creates anxiety in me. I don't want to start it because then I won't finish it. But if it's something fast and it's fluid and it's flowing and it's just pulling your raw emotions, steering your decisions, it is fast and you can be done quickly, as you will witness. So now we'll do it again. Green for the Wicked Witch. Teal for my calm, tranquility that I'm searching for in my emotions. That's kind of cool, little cascade there. And then we're going to spread it around. And as we spread it around, we can see that it's affecting all the other paints that we did. And so you can't keep your eye on everything, so things start to get a little crazy and you can't control it. That's it. Well, that's what we're going for. Lose control. Don't think about it. Go with the flow. Find your process. Whatever it is, accept it, allow it, be okay with it. I mean, we got to be okay with all these decisions that we're making on the fly, or else how would we be able to make them? We can't move with fear. You cannot be fear-based, and I mean, trust me, I'm trying to work on that myself. Fear is the thing that will stop you from being will stop your flow. Fear, just the fear of messing up, the fear of whatever it is your fear is, maybe being laughed at, or not being as good as all the other kids. Fear stops people from trying. We gotta let go of fear when we're working on flow. And so you can see I'm moving through this process pretty quickly. I flowed into one process that I could repeat. Here we are making a lovely abstract painting that was probably better than the one that was underneath. It'll fit a little bit more, I think, on people's walls. But I like the crazy. Give me a break. I am crazy and I love it because it allows me to do this and to be free. Because you gotta go You got to challenge all these thoughts to be able to understand what it is that your freedom is. What is your freedom? My freedom? Being crazy. I love it. I love being out there. I love being, I love challenging the norms, the status quo. I thought I missed a step. And that would have been okay, but I would have contemplated it. And so now we've gotten to this point. I forgot the story I was talking about. Sorry, y'all. Status quo. I got distracted. Okay, so now I'm running out of space, so I'm gonna try to throw a lot more over the edge and be a little bit more crazy with my expand here. And when you apply puddle paints to your canvases unevenly like this, it's harder to move around because you have like little guides and reservoirs that are moving the paint away from a smooth transition over a corner. For example, this black over here, there's some black wet paint there. This puddle, if it doesn't have a lot of paint, will run into it and completely miss its whole smooth pattern to go over that whole edge. But that's when you come over and you amend your process to work for you, and you can just paint right in there, just like that. Because there are no rules. You know why? Because you are creating the rules as you go. And you're moving quickly and you're forgiving yourself if you do anything that you wish you didn't do. Forgiveness is very big in art. I mean, everywhere, but you can really practice forgiving yourself by doing flow of any kind. And flow is just absent-minded decision making, moving forward, because when you move forward and you don't like where you've moved forward, you have to be, in order to power through and keep going, you have to forgive yourself, right? So this works for that. Alright, I'm starting to kind of mosey away from my pattern. But now I just want to, now I'm just about ready to, ooh, get some paint over the edge there. I'm about ready to move on to the next guy here. But I really like this abstract emotion puddle painting. I mean, pretty cool. Pretty cool palette of colors. Very organic. What does the black signify? It looks very marbled. In fact, I think, just to make sure I've got all the corners covered and all the sides covered, I'm going to move it around some more to make some of that, these be more organic. But I think there's a booger. Y'all remember boogers, right? Boogers are chunks in the paint. Oh. Okay, well, I want to do a little bit more moving around, taking the paint weight, moving it a little bit, giving it a little bit more abstract flow to it. A marbling technique, I guess. This black paint is really sinking underneath all these colors, specifically that turquoise, that teal, giving us a really, really nice. I mean, if you think about it, there's a black line in there that is just slowly mixing with the colors around it, and so it's sinking because it's heavier, probably thicker, and the tempera teal is going on top of it, giving us these really nice colors between them. It's really neat. So let me try to hold it up for y'all so you can see. Okay. This is where I get paint on the camera. Alright, so there we go. so I get to show you these lines and really cool how fun they look. And you saw what I did. I just puddled them on, swirled them around, and then threw some black paint over it, and I repeated the process several times until I was covered. And I'm going to put this away while it's in my hands. I'm going to check on my comments just to see. Oh, I can't. I'm not watching them, but I'll look at them later. Okay, so that was canvas number 1. Let's get canvas number 2 in here. And so I kind of want to do the same thing that I just did, which is really feel my emotions for the colors that are calling my name. And I know this sounds hippy-dippy, and it is hippy-dippy, but it's really great. And you know, who's it gonna hurt? It's a new technique of trying to flow out colors from just a nice alternative way to get over any kind of fear when you need to get started with something. For example, just starting a puddle painting. Oh, what colors do I do? The best thing to do is to just pick up colors and use them without assigning any feeling to it. So what does that mean? You would have to close your eyes because color is all about visual, connecting visually. So what if we kept our eyes open and we pulled out the boldest colors? Again, I went back to that teal. And now I'm going straight for these circus colors. No, I'm gonna muck it up. I'm going for circus colors. I don't know what's gonna happen here. That's a neon color. That is a tempera yellow, so it's see-through, and then this is tempera red. So I like it. But I want to add something that has nothing to do with boldness. So what if we add, I gotta add some black in there just to, I feel like the black is the rope that ties it together. And for S and G's, I'm going to use some bronze. Alright, so I got this color here that will dry to be see-through red with glitter. Again, the teal, which you know I love. I got, we're going to kill off this yellow, but that's tempera yellow. Actually, we have more. I think I might have more. I might be able to refill it, which I'm just trying to get rid of all the colors so I can make new ones. Oh yeah. Here it is. So this is how the process works here. Make it in a gallon jug. Oh, look at those boogers. Oh, this probably was, oh no! What? This is a booger like I've never seen before. Are you guys seeing that? That's intense. Well, these are realities in my world, and so I like to have fun with them. But this is a very thick, dried, I mean, that's probably what all the weight was, so there's not a lot of paint left. So now I get to wash this, and we get to wait. It can be assigned a new color. Alright, so we've added a lot of additional yellow to our fun here. So that will be a fun variable. And we got some black, which we love boldness of the color black. And especially some bronze. And you know what I feel like? I feel like just kind of letting loose, picking up a color, and just letting it drag around. So I love this teal. It's the last of the teal, so please enjoy. I haven't been to a craft store since COVID. Anyway, enjoy the wondrous teal that graces your eyes with this improvised back and forth movement stream painting. I'm taking the bottle, turning it upside down, willy-nilly, just letting go, feeling the flow, going on and off. You can see I go off the canvas. If you have space, go over the edge with while you're painting. You don't want to leave any edges out. Plus, it just looks cool, and then it gives you a chance to kind of move around, maybe to another side if you didn't want to paint anymore. But all I'm doing is simply I'm adding paint through a stream from the bottle. I call this stream painting, using the same sort of puddle paints. Man, I'm gonna do this red. Now these colors I chose because I really was thinking circus, because I want to be bold. Because that is the circus. The circus is an expression of self, and really turned into a spectacle for people to be entertained by. So I wanted this spectacle of colors to be, I mean, that's how I felt. I want this spectacle of colors, and all I'm doing is taking this spectacle and I'm making a huge mess. I'm just simply taking it and slowly adding more and more color with dragging while I am pouring paint out of it. So a lot of very abstract shapes and whatnots coming about. A lot of holes in between, like these dry pockets in here will create some designs. But before I move it around, I like that teal being a little bit of a secret. I'll put some black swirls in there to give us that really cool marbling look that I think since last time looks pretty cool. Let's give it a look. So you see we've got these little dry pockets here. The paint, as I move it around, is going to try to fill in, and we're going to get some designs. But really what we're trying to do here, let me see, I'll hold this up for y'all. So let me get this. Alright, so here we go. I'm focusing on gathering, making small movements at first. Back and forth is always fun, because you're just trying to collect all of this loose paint to be together. Move as one is what I'm trying to say. Because when you move as one, it's a lot smoother. Like when you go over the edge like that. And going over the edge like that creates a lot of fun pushes or pulls in your expands. And since this paint is all different types of paint, it's gonna have a lot of texture. And who knows what it's gonna actually end up looking like, but I kind of like this little abstract mess. And you know, if it ends up not looking good, we pay right over this guy. He's okay with it. He wants you to use them until you want to put the canvas on the wall. Alright, I'm kind of making a really bold move here by just throwing it around like that. Alright, so I've made this really cool 80s spandex design, which when it dries could be a really nice design for any marker painting silhouette. Man, I got a lot of paint on me there. Hold on. Before I touch my camera. I can't trust the camera to autofocus. Okay. So close-up look. I got a lot of transparencies happening with this tempera paint. The movement around really gave me a cool marbling effect with the black, especially this bronze. You can't see it in the camera, but it's super shiny, and it's got layers on top. Like it's shimmery on top of not shiny, like yellow and then shimmery. It's got a lot of depth to it. And you know, this is the kind of stuff that really cool comes out texturized but really neat at the end. It's just different, and it's just really getting the job done quickly. Done in like, what was it, 5 minutes? And being satisfied and making and being flowy and fluid. I mean, this is Puddle paint, it's all about being fluid. So, I'm going to take this guy, put him on the tray, put the tray up, and we're going to do one more canvas with our emotions. Back to this one we did last week, I believe. You can see we use black and fire colors, which is a lot of tempera paint, so you can see a lot of how the yellow, let me get some close look on this. So you can see right here how these tempera paints affect each other, so they're semi-transparent, which is really neat and a fun, cool effect, but you do get all this texture. It's like a pizza. Alright, last one. Let's try something different. Let me try to do something that is not, it's all about emotions. I don't know what I'm trying to say, is not what. But we're trying to paint with our emotions. So with our third go here, and I'm totally improvising because I want to paint with my emotions, and so I am now doing it in front of you. I really would like to create something that's not messy, or it's very, it grows, the puddle will grow, what am I trying to explain? I'm trying to have the process be very smooth and not a lot of steps, but not messy, and just one step and then expand. So I know that's a tree ring pour, which is just a straight pour. Maybe that's what we need today, is the tried and true and the same old, same old. Maybe that's how I'd like to finish, with just some calm and relaxing colors in a cup that I can pour straight onto the canvas and do 2 turns and be done. 4 turns. So let's do that. Let's get boring with it. But if that's how we feel, that's okay. So when I say calm colors, I definitely mean teal. And lighter teal? Mint. It's a mint color. And from mint to baby blue, shimmer no less. Nice. I've added the shimmer in that secretly to myself. Now there's this. I have a bright blue and a dark blue and then a cobalt blue. I think this is the bright blue that's not the exact bright blue that I really like. I have preferences. It's the apple barrel. Alright, so we're going to use this lovely cobalt. And then, just because it's going to be so beautiful, we're going to fill the rest of our cup up with white. I feel like putting a layer of white in final in the cup, it means it comes out of the cup first, and so it creates a layer. And it definitely, as you expand on a dry canvas with white being the first color on the canvas, the white rolls under, and so you have a white layer underneath all of your color, which if you have something like this will really brighten it up. But this had like, looks like it was blue, so the blue is probably affecting the color. But if you had white under there, voila, you'd be good. So here we go, we're gonna do a nice calming tree ring straight pour straight to the center of the canvas with some calming colors. Oh God, we're in the finale. Alright, we got a little bit of a dip in the table, so the canvas rolled under this way, which is good. It gives us a little bit of an advantage. Let's get a little bit of focus going on here. And here we go. I'm gonna just simply make very small. And I'm really going to look at it. I'm really going to look at what I'm doing. And how the white is going underneath itself. And I'm just going to expand everything out. Very slowly. Because this is how I want to end. If I want to do this with my emotions, I would like to leave carefree and relaxed. So I'm going to go slow. I'm going to really enjoy the trippiness and the fun and the adventure that I can have with this silly little puddle. And so I think I would like to send it over the edge of this way. Everybody stand by. No idea. Everybody stand by for an idea. I got an idea I wanna try. Everybody stand by for an idea. I got an idea that I wanna try. We'll see what comes out of this, we don't know. But we're trying, and we're moving forward even still. Oh, we're almost there. Get it! Now I just wanted to kind of expand it a little bit and retreat that turquoise back so it's not all turquoise all day. And then I'd like to just paint the rest of that white. That's the idea I want to try. And of course, I just gotta pick it up and move it around. You know, let it know. Let it know what it's. Well, who's boss? I'm your creator. A little painting. I am your creator. You will do as I say. Good. Alright, that's good enough for me, everyone. Let's give you a better view. No, and this one. I don't know. Either way, I'm digging it. There we go. So, today's puddle painting was all about painting with your feelings. Man, that bra I got on today is tight. But painting with your feelings is a great way to just process them, to just think about them, and really, in the end, maybe create something kind of cool. I made 3 paintings today, and they all had different processes around how to connect with how I was feeling, with using color, by making conscious decisions, and connecting with your memory and what you think about and what the visuals are when you have a certain feeling. Like anger for me today was the Wicked Witch, and that's green. I have 2 greens that are pretty good, and so that kind of started off the story, which then ended with picking some follow-up colors that were tranquil and peaceful and just getting through the anger. And those colors came together and made something pretty cool. And the process is all about discovery and just going with the flow. So, with that, I'm going to go work on my mural outside in front of the stage. It's going to be awesome. But you guys, I truly appreciate having an audience, having an ear, having people listen. If you have any ideas or, kind of want to collaborate on a few things, I'm open to it. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday, 11 o'clock, for more puddles.